Hi, folks. My name is Iris Carter, and I'm here with you for Eyes of Indigo. And I am trying to run the board and talk at the same time. And it's kind of like patting my head and rubbing my tummy at the same time. It doesn't always work, but we're going to make this work. Margot is my cohort, and she is not here tonight because she has a wedding because she is an officiant and a photographer, and so she is doing that. I want to show you, if you're new to our show and you kind of want to know what's this about, who are these people, and why are they doing what they do, we have a video that we put up, and it's at the beginning of our podcast, which we've been doing for about a year now. And they're on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you go back and look at the old ones, there's one that was a prequel. And we sat and talked a while and kind of interviewed each other, and then created this video that sort of gives you a synopsis of where we're coming from, what our experiences are, and why we're doing this. So that gives you the background, and we don't have to repeat that every time. Then let's see. The videos, they stay up on our sites. We live stream every Wednesday at 9:30 on both Facebook and YouTube. And then put the voice part recording on iTunes and Spotify, or you can go to my website, iriscarter.com. And there is a section there, blog on Eyes of Indigo, and you can see the past ones there. I am woefully behind in getting them updated because it takes some time to edit them down and write about them and do all that stuff, and that's just my life. I was all caught up and then let it fall through the cracks, and I'm on a mission to get them done again. So, what are we doing tonight? And no, you're not going to have to hear me blather on all by myself the entire time. Tonight's program, I'm trying to find the flyer on it because I did put it up here, is on Theta Healing. And I am a Theta Healing practitioner. And so what is that? Well, it's an energy healing modality. And I use energy healing loosely because it's not like Reiki where it's hands on. Hey, Heather, how are you doing? And glad to see you back. And that reminds me, we have people coming. Hey, Deborah. We've got people coming on us from Facebook and from YouTube, and they're commenting on the sites that they're on. I get to see all the comments, and so we share them, and I also read them aloud because some people can't see, if you're on Facebook, you're not going to see the YouTube comments, kind of thing. And also we do that for the podcast portion. So there is a method to our madness. But if you're new, say hello. If you're returning, say hello. We love to. I say we. I know I'm the only one here right now, but it's always good to know who's watching. I don't get a true representation just by looking at the numbers. So it's always good to know who's in the audience and who's watching. I know we've had some new people connect with us through Eventbrite because our podcasts are listed there, and I'll get notifications that people have signed up through Eventbrite. And but I don't see them. I don't know how to. I can't reach out and grab them and see them on my list. So back to Theta Healing. I refer to it as an energy modality because that's what people connect with better. But the idea is in your brain or in your mind, you're meditating and you're going into a theta brainwave. And like a beta thing, I can't say that 10 times fast. A beta brain wave is where like you're doing everyday things and you're writing and you're talking and you're uh, thinking about stuff in the here and now. Theta is that brain wave just before sleep. And that's where, like, I know at times where I thought I was asleep, but I would have visions of things. And especially, this happened a lot when I was married. Now nobody's here to care. But if I saw something and, yelled, and my husband would say, "What's wrong?" And I'd go, "Well, I just had this weird dream." And he goes, "Dream? You haven't, I didn't even think you were asleep yet." And I was in that theta brainwave. Um, so the modality of theta healing was created by Vianna Stiebel, and she was led by creator, God, higher power, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot of things that I recognized, and it took me years, of training and building on different things. But when I was learning about it, for me, it pulled together a lot of things that I had learned throughout my life doing my own research. Um, it and it helped me hone my, I guess, my psychic skills, if you want to call it that, as well as just kind of filled in the potholes of a lot of questions that I had. Hello, Kathy Amber. She said, "Spirit messenger here," so that's great. Glad you're with us. Um, so I don't know if I've really answered the question of what is it, but typically in a session, what happens is, um, I get the other person to meditate. Hello, Janine. How are you? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming and joining us. Um, uh, I typically talk to the other person, and I don't have to. I can do it on the phone. I've done it by Skype. I've done it on Zoom. I've done it in person. Um, there's it's one of those things you can kind of do it just about anywhere. Um, but you need to have a connection with the person so you can get feedback. And what happens is I get the person to go through a meditation with me, and I'm going to play that in a minute, and y'all are welcome to join in. I can talk them through it, but I just thought I've got a video of Vianna talking through it, and she does it very quickly. And when if the person has a particular issue that they've told me about that they want to focus on, I'll head in that direction and I'll ask creator for guidance. And, and what I'm doing is I'm going to what we call the seventh plane of existence, where the source is. And I kind of say, okay, what do I need to know for this person? What do I need to tell them? And I start getting pictures, I start hearing things. And sometimes the session goes in a completely different direction. And it's like, but I thought they wanted to know about this. And it's like I'm being told, nope, go in this direction. This is what they need. And it turns out the person had no idea that, they thought their problem was here and the problem's really over there. Um there the and going through, the idea is that you get beliefs. And we talked a lot about beliefs last week. If you didn't see the show, I encourage you to go back. But we acquire beliefs and our subconscious mind holds on to them. That and it's like it can be things that you've heard on the side. It can be something somebody directly told you. It can be something you experienced. Maybe when you were a kid, your mama said blue never did look good on you, and then you feel like you can't wear blue now. Or about the third guy you date that's the same kind of guy. Your mama says you're never going to find the right guy, and then you're wondering why you can't have a good relationship. Well, logically, that your mama was full of crap, but realistically or subconsciously, your mind doesn't know, and it's just trying to protect you because it doesn't want you to have a relationship because you always get hurt. So through theta healing, we can do this digging and asking questions and find out. One of the disadvantages of doing theta healing over the phone or virtually is there's muscle testing, and you can look it up. There's all kinds. And people who go, oh, muscle testing's not real. The first thing is I tell them, stand up, face north, close your eyes, and say the word yes out loud. And when you do that, your body should start moving forward. And then if you say no out loud, your body should start moving backwards. If it doesn't, you can drink a little bit of water. You should be hydrated before you muscle test. There's a couple other little things we can do to make sure that you're lined up and that sort of thing. Try it again. That's one surefire way. I've had people on Zoom or on a Skype call and said, show me, and they'll start moving, and it's really a strange feeling the first couple times you do it because it's involuntary. And so what that does is it's reflecting your subconscious. So I can get them to repeat a statement. I can say, maybe I'm hearing, you're not worthy of being loved. Or I can't say it that way. I have to get rid of the knots. I am worthy of love. Okay. So I'll tell the person, say these words, I am worthy of love. And they go, I am worthy of love. And then they start going backwards. And that means they don't believe they're worthy of love. And they go, well, I know I'm worthy of love. You know it, but your subconscious doesn't. And so we can work on changing those beliefs. Sometimes it's a way of digging down, and most of the time when I do muscle testing, it's because the person is so new to all this that they don't understand how, and they're going, well, no, I don't believe that. Well, I know that they do, but they don't know they do. So the muscle testing helps them know that what I know is true. Yeah. Do you follow that? Okay. Deborah asks, what's the difference between theta and Reiki? Okay. Reiki literally is an energy modality. It is you're conducting energy through your body and you're sensing the other person's energy, and you're kind of like, you're not putting hands on the person. You're not like touching them, but by rubbing your hand across, you can feel where energy flows and where it doesn't, and you can get that energy moving again to create healing in their body and certain areas of the body. It can mean different things. So like I know I went to a Reiki person who did a lot of work on my knee because I was having money issues, and the right knee tends to be more related to money issues. I don't know all about Reiki because I haven't done it. I just know because I know a bunch of Reiki people and I've experienced it. Theta, like I said, I refer to it as an energy healing only because rather than going into this lengthy explanation like I've done now, people go, oh, okay, it's woo-woo. And they kind of get it. But there's a lot of foundation in it. And there have been things like Vienna, just a a quick story. One of the stories I remember most about Vienna was she is so busy now because she teaches these classes all over the world. And but she tries to keep room in her schedule to help children. And she will do it for free for children. And this was years ago, she had gotten a call about a young boy. He was about 8 or 9 years old. And the mom said, "We've tried everything, and I'm at my wit's ends. Can you please see if there's anything you can do?" And so she went to the hospital to see him. And she said when she walked into the room and looked at him, he had a brain tumor. And she thought, well, in her mind, the best thing she could do for him was just to make him comfortable. And so she talked to him and she worked with him and found out he was extremely angry with his father. And she helped resolve a lot of those issues. And she left him to rest and told his mom, well, I did what I could. I just hope he passes more comfortably, kind of deal. A couple of days later, mom calls Vienna and says, "I don't know what you did, but he's healed." And Vienna said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "The doctor came in and they can't find any sign of the tumor and he's fine. He's acting like a normal kid and we're going home." And that, she has seen those instantaneous healings. Of course, she's good at what she does. I've done things like worked on myself. One time I was in bed with a bad back and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. I was hurting so bad. And I thought, well, okay, energy healer, heal thyself. And I started meditating and talking to creator and working through the issues and asked for healing. And I saw in my mind this ball of energy light come, and it came inside my head and worked its way down my body and into my back, and I could feel this burst of energy go through my back. 5 minutes later I was sitting up and walking around and I was fine. The only limitations are the limitations we put on ourselves, and that's a hard one to swallow sometimes, because there's things like we go, well, I'd love to do more with my weight, or I'd love to do more with less weight. Let me put it that way. And there are things I probably could do theta healing wise, but it's hard to work on yourself. It's like, it's like, I'll go clean somebody else's house. Don't make me clean my own. That kind of thing. So that's kind of what happens. I know I was at a workshop training that Vienna was teaching in New York. I went up there for a week a couple of years ago, and she had really bad sinus issues, allergy stuff going on. And she had a tissue and she was like, talking through her nose kind of thing. And she said, "I know I should heal myself, but I don't like healing myself." And so I was like, okay, I'm not alone, so that's the way that goes. As we go through this, if y'all have questions, keep asking. I want to show you two quick videos. One is an explanation of the 7 planes, which is different. Sometimes we talk about 3D, 4D, 5D. That's different. They're not dimensions. Crap, what are they? My mind's in theta right now, so I can't think. But I don't want to say dimensions. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me know. But these are what are considered the 7 planes of existence, and on the planes there are multiple layers. And it kind of crosses some of the stuff that, like, Margot and I have taught before. So if you've watched before, you'll recognize some of this. But it's just interesting hearing it from somebody else on a different level. So which one am I going to? I want to show this in the stream. Oh, and I gotta say that. Oh, wait a minute. This is hard when you don't have your own producer. Okay, so oh. You know what I need to do? I need to stop that and go back and share so I can turn the sound on because y'all might like some sound with this stuff. Wait a minute, share the audio, and I'm gonna share the healing. All right, now let me put it in. See, this is just tricky because there's lots of buttons to push. All right. Tell me if you're seeing a theta healing screen. Somebody, anybody, just say yes if you're seeing the theta healing in the screen. Thank you, Heather. All right. So, oh, appreciate it. Okay. I'm trying to make it, there it is, full screen. Okay. All right. I'm going to make it bigger. How's that? And you should be able to hear sound. Wait a minute. Where is it? I got to go over here.
The 7 planes of existence are the seen and unseen forces of the cosmos. And we are about to take you on a journey to understand how the universe works on the physical and spiritual levels.
And I just want to make sure you're getting the sound correct. I know there's a delay, so I just want to make sure you're getting the sound before I continue. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you.
The first plane of existence consists of all the non-organic material, like our planet in its raw form, the minerals, the crystals, the soil, and the rocks. The second plane consists of organic material, like the vitamins, the plants, the trees, and the beautiful fairies. The third plane is where animals and us human beings exist. The fourth plane is the realm of the spirits, the plane of our ancestors, the animal totems, and power animals. The fifth plane is the plane of the guardian angels, the masters such as Buddha or Jesus Christ. It is also what our soul calls home. The sixth plane is the plane of the laws of the universe. They keep our universe in order, such as the law of time, of electricity, the law of attraction, and many more laws. The seventh plane of existence is the energy of creation, a universal intelligence, a pure energy of love, a spirit that moves through everything, creates everything, an energy that intertwines and binds all things. You are one with all the planes. You are the planes of existence.
Okay, so that connection, in making that connection, it was through that I really learned how connected we all are. And it is amazing. I've I can go into that theta brainwave and go to the seventh plane and pretty much communicate with anybody that I want to, living or dead. And it is amazing how um the communications that come through, and that you realize we're all just matter, um atoms, energy, and that's that sort of stuff. So let me, okay, I need to go over here because I want to show you the meditation. And as a getting rid of some stuff here so I'm not having to play with it so much. Um the audience is welcome to, you can take a deep breath and go into the meditation with us. And I'm trying to figure out which one I want. That one. And oh, crud. Uh, I hate when I do that because I forgot to share the sound. Sound is good. Yes. All right, let me go back over here because I don't want to do that without sound. And it's like this one little button I have to click right at the very beginning. Say yes, share the audio. Okay. And Chrome, this one. And Vienna leads this one. So you get to see her too. All right, I'm going to show that. And I'm going to make it full screen. And I'm going to go over here and make it full screen because it's on YouTube. And making sure everything's working. Okay, here we go.
Hi, my name is Vienna Stiebel, and I'm going to walk you up to the seventh plane of existence. This meditation was developed a long time ago and has actually made theta healing pretty amazing. This meditation will lower your brainwaves and help you create your own reality. So I want you to take a deep breath in and relax and release it. Now I want you to imagine that energy comes up from the earth and it moves up through the bottoms of your feet, up through your body, through your spine, through your whole body, and creates a ball of light. Now I want you to imagine that you are in this ball of light, and that this ball of light goes up past the universe, through layers and layers of light, through a golden light, through a very thick jelly-like substance, and into a tingly white light. And that this light sparkles. It sparkles like snow. It's amazing. It may have a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue in it every once in a while, but it is totally white. This is the energy of creation. This is the energy that creates particles of protons. This is the energy of all it is. And in some cultures, you may hear it being called the Holy Spirit, the life force. But this energy is what we're going to use today. So when you're in this energy, I want you to imagine that it goes through your whole space, through the ball of light, and that as it goes through your body, you can feel the energy of perfect unconditional love. And you're going to make your request. You're going to say, Creator of all that is. If you're manifesting, you're going to say, this is in my life now. You're going to imagine what it is you want to create, and you're going to imagine it completely. And when you're finished imagining it, as if you already have it, you're going to say, thank you, it is done, it is done. Now, if you're going to use this as a healing meditation, you're going to say, Creator, it is commanded or requested a healing on this person now. Thank you, it is done, it is done. And you're going to imagine the energy doing the healing on the person. That means it goes directly to the person, not through you, and that it does what it needs to be done to help that person. Whenever you're finished, however, you're going to go back to that tingly white light. You're going to imagine that energy all around you. You may also say, it is done, it is done again. You're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to open your eyes. And even though we walked you through that meditation really quick, we discovered that if we walked you through the visualization really fast, really quick, you didn't have that much time to actually think if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. And this energy of creation can be reached even faster once your mind knows where to go. And this is the beginning basis of theta healing. This simple technique has changed the world. With it, we use it to change beliefs, to help us create our reality, and to watch and witness the amazing healings of the Creator.
Okay, so close those, make sure I don't have any things going on there. All right, so next I want to bring in Anita, and Anita is, whoops, she's coming on. Hello, how are you?
Hi there.
And I should
didn't see the
have your
meditation
sound
or the
on.
video.
Do what?
I didn't see the meditation or the video.
No. Okay, well, that's all right. It won't take me but a minute to get you there. Yeah, because there's a little bit of a lag too, but that's okay. Anita kindly volunteered to be my guinea pig, and your last week was the first show that you had seen. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's sort of like one of those things. I don't know you. Kind of like the magician that we've never met before, right? We talked a couple of days ago, so I make sure she could get in here, and then we got on earlier and just chit chatted, and I told her kind of what to expect. But basically, and something's clicking, Anita. Is that on your end?
I hear it, but I thought it was on your end because I don't know what that is. Now I don't hear it.
I don't know. Okay. One of those strange things. And I don't know. Sometimes we'll hear stuff and nobody else hears it. Who knows? We'll just bear with it and plow through. Okay. So what I want you to do, and you don't have to do the meditation per se. But I like people to kind of be relaxed. It makes it easier. And so if you kind of close your eyes and imagine energy from the earth coming up through the bottoms of your feet and all the way up through your body and up to the top of your head, and then and into a ball of light, and imagine that you're in that ball of light, and then go up through the atmosphere, past the universe, through multiple layers of light, and through a golden light, and then through a jelly-like substance, and into a bright white light that is sparkling energy all around you. And it is the energy of all that is. And it's like sparkly, snow white, pearlescent, glittery white light. And that is in the 7th plane. And imagine that you're there and you can hang out there. When you're ready to come back, you imagine yourself back in that ball of light and you come back into your body. And I'll make sure you're grounded before we're done. But it's just a good way to kind of relax and for us to be connected. If anybody has questions in the meantime, you can ask them. Just know that I'm kind of in that theta brainwave, and it's hard for me to do beta at the same time. So bear with me. But Anita, Do you have a particular question you want me to address, or do you want me to just go with what comes
Go with
to?
whatever you feel.
Okay. Um. So what I need to do, and I'm gonna kind of say out loud so that way people know what I'm doing. I'm asking Creator what is it that we need to address with Anita, and so give me just a second. Okay, I'm being told we need to go back. When you were talking to me earlier, one of the things you said was that there's the flow of your financial flow kind of ebbs and wanes and that sort of thing, and the issue around that, you said you thought, well, that doesn't matter what you said. Let me it does, but it doesn't. Have you ever thought to yourself, I've oh I keep hearing I've got what I need. I should quit asking for more. Does that sound like a familiar statement? So, I'm so blessed. How can I ask for more? Does that sound familiar?
Uh-huh.
Um, that's your block. Okay. And sometimes, and that's very common because a lot of people, they either think, well, there are other people that need things, or I shouldn't be greedy. And there's a difference between being greedy and having abundance. Okay. There is enough to go around. And that may be something. Can you think of a time in your life where maybe your mom or your dad said something like, you have to share? Yeah. I mean, I know your parents told you to share, but there's something when you were a kid that you started to go for more of something and you were chastised for it. You were told, and I'm seeing like kids playing outside and there's an event or a picnic or something like that. And I know, even I can remember as a kid being told, or careful what you wish for. Those kinds of things. Those set our beliefs. Um, and yeah, there are children in third world countries that would, you should eat all your supper because there are children in third world countries starving and that sort of thing. Everybody's going through their own journey, and I'm sensing I'm going to try to help reset some of those beliefs for you.
Okay.
I got to get the word "try" out of my vocabulary. I'm going to reset some of the and I'm going to ask Creator, with your permission, um, would you? Okay, first of all, having the definition of abundance can help you understand what that means. And even though you may know what the dictionary says, we don't always have the same definitions that Creator has or that the universe has. And so, if your definition is in alignment with what the universe says, then when you think about abundance, you're on the same wavelength as the rest of the universe, as opposed to what you think is in Webster's, right?
Mhm.
So, would is it all right? Can I download you with Ask Creator to give you the definition of abundance, and that your definition is the same as Creator's, and that um, you have truth, wisdom, discernment on the definition of abundance, and that you know how to live with abundance, and that you already have abundance, and that it's safe to have abundance. The safety's a big one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. It's done. It's done. Um, would you like to know that that you can have abundance free of shortchanging anybody else?
Hmm.
Which, and that's possible, and that you already know that, because our subconscious doesn't understand the time thing. So that's why we say, not only are we downloading this, but that you already have this knowledge, and that you're already living this way. So that way your subconscious adjusts to that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. What comes up for you? Is there anything that comes to mind as we're doing this?
Frustration lately.
Frustration
Mhm.
over the same issue, or different issues, or just frustration in general with other stuff? Losing patience?
With things working out like I think they are, like it seems like they're going to work out, and then all of a sudden something happens and it changes, and I'm like, wait a minute, what did I do to rush that away?
Okay. Um, hmm. There's two things that are coming up. One is worthiness, and knowing that it's like, what I'm seeing is you make a decision, and you're thinking, okay, I want this to come out this way. And then as it starts to happen, because it's not happening the way you think it should, it stops and it changes direction, because your subconscious thinks you want something different. So one of the things is, when you ask for something, or you expect something to happen, the universe starts putting things in line for you. And if you ask again because it didn't happen fast enough, or you ask again because you think it's not happening the way that you thought, it causes a reset. And it's a matter of learning how to ask and let go.
Okay.
And even I've had that issue. I've talked to Margot about this house that I had a dream about. And I said, I really want that house. I really want that house. And she said, you'll have the house you want, but you have to let go of it being that house, because something better might be out there.
Oh,
Why
okay.
are you going to limit yourself?
Yeah,
And it's like,
I can see that.
okay. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, all right, I could, and then sometimes I think, I'm comfortable here. Do I really want another? I mean, I got my little humble abode, and it suits me. And God, if I had a bigger place, do I really want to have to clean that? I barely keep clean what I got, and all that stuff. And no wonder and it's like I've got to stop limiting myself, because then it's like, but you can have people clean it for you. Have you can be more organized. You can have, I'm worth I have to remind myself I'm worthy of having what I need in order to take care of the home I want, and that I'm deserving and I'm worthy and those kinds of things. So, getting back to you, um I'm I'm asking creator to give you a teaching on what I just kind of explained to you. And I'm here. I don't need to try to put it into words. I just need you to say yes if you want that.
Yes.
Okay. um, okay. Thank you. It is done. Okay. Because, and the reason I'm asking her to say yes is because that affirms that you want
That thing.
this.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you don't, then it's not going to come to you. I can ask for stuff to be downloaded to you all day long, and it's not going to happen unless you say, "Oh yeah, I want that," and you have to verbalize it. Um, Let me go back and ask about things getting the frustration. Yeah. You're essentially, what I'm hearing is you're causing your own frustration, and it's letting go is a hard thing for you to do because the expectations. Um, are you the kind of person that when you plan to have an evening out or something, you have in your mind, this is A, B, C, D, this is how it's going to happen. And then if things don't
Yeah.
go right, it's like, "Ah!" Yeah.
Oh
Um,
no, I do have an
I mean,
idea of what I have in mind. Yeah, I think
yeah, I
that
mean, and you go with the flow, but on the inside, it's like,
that's
well,
not what I planned.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that is a need to give yourself permission to enjoy the outcomes, free of expectations. Um,
Okay.
and does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've had to do that for myself, and things are so much better because it's like I'll just kind of go, because now I drive other people crazy because I'm going, well, I'll just fly by the seat of my pants. Well, it's not that I don't have a plan. I know what needs to be done, and I know I can, like, if I'm having an event where I'm planning an event, and it can be something I'm speaking at. And like I've observed, like my boss now, she's very much, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to know everything that's going to. And me, I'm like, you want me to speak on it? Sure, I'll speak on it. I might jot down a few words just so I don't forget something.
Yeah, I'm more like that.
But
I do go with it, but I do hope for probably, kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for in the beginning, you know.
yeah, yeah. But if you let it go, it goes fine. And when you're done, everybody goes, well, that was great. And you're like, yay. Yeah. But it's because you let it go as opposed to having to have every minute. I mean, I used to script myself with events and things like that. Now it's like, you know, I know the information. I can talk about it. I might, have things in the order I want to talk about it, and I'll look at my list to make sure I don't forget something. But let's just, have an outline and not a play by play minute on my plate. and then enjoy it as you go without worrying. Is this going right? Is that going right? Is this going right? Because things, it just happens. And it's the best feeling to just get in that flow and go through with it. And because if you start floundering in the middle of it and going, wait a minute, this isn't going right, that's when the mistakes happen. And that's when things fall through and the whole party is a disaster, so to speak. Whether it's could be just an evening out, but whatever. It's like you've overplanned it instead of letting yourself just enjoy and revel in what you've created for yourself.
Okay.
Is that and so and if that's something you want, I'll ask for a download that you already know how to do
Yeah,
that.
something
And
I'd like.
okay. And a teaching, I'm asking creator for teaching for you on that, and that you know how to live with joy, abundance, and satisfaction in your life. And that you have all those definitions, that they're the same as creators, and that you have truth, discernment, wisdom, and perspective of creator on all those. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay. I'm curious, just feedback for the audience. Do you feel anything when this is happening, or you?
Yeah, I feel
What's
more
your
relaxed
perspective?
after you say the prayers. There's some kind of all is well kind of feeling, you know.
Good, good, yeah. And if anybody in the audience has questions, please ask for me or Anita, and I expect her to be honest. Anita, is this BS? Well, yeah. But it is. I mean, there is something when the energy's flowing. It really is kind of a cool feeling, and I get a tingly. It just goes down. I can feel it, but I don't want to plant that in your head. But just kind of giving my perspective. What else comes up for you?
Assurance somehow. You know, I just feel assured that whatever I hope for will happen.
Mm. And that's yeah. Look. Okay. I'm hearing look for there's something that will happen in the next couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be essentially a sign for you
Okay.
that, and it might be something small, like I don't know. I keep seeing like a package coming or something like
Okay.
that of something that
All
you
right.
wanted, and it might be a gift. It might be something you ordered and forgot about.
No,
But
I know what it is.
okay,
I hadn't
and
ordered it yet.
remember, so you do know what I'm talking about that you're
Yeah,
expecting.
I do.
Okay. When it comes, remember that you created that, and that is your assurance and your affirmation. And know that it will continue to happen and get bigger as you let go of the outcomes.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. I just keep seeing this package coming in. It's like, just
Yeah.
remember that is your validation.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Interesting. I have no idea what it is, but good.
I do.
um. Okay. Good. Good. Any questions for anybody? The audience is just like crickets. So if anybody what's happening in the audience? What are y'all seeing, hearing, wondering about? Got a few more minutes, and there's always a lag in the questions. So, Deborah, you're always full of questions. Ask something if nobody else does. Deborah's my sister, so she's always good with the questions. And she says, I don't want to ask too many questions because people will get, because I'm your sister. And I'm like, nah, help me out here. If I know I saw a couple of your dogs earlier. Is there
Mhm.
something going on with one of them besides the one that you just took to the vet?
Not that I know of. I hope not. Maybe I should take them all.
No. There's one that's quieter than the rest.
Hmm.
Kind of lags back.
Yeah.
Do you ever? Okay. I'm not going to ask that. Just reminding you every so often, bring it to the front of the pack.
Oh, okay.
And, like pick it up and remind it that she?
I got both.
Is it she? Oh, okay.
I got 4 to pick from.
I know you got 4, but there's one that lags back more than the others. That
Yeah,
kind of is
he's kind of
he's
bigger. Yeah. And
okay.
yeah, he's
He's not as pushy as the other ones. He just kind of lets them
right,
do, and
right,
then he kind of comes up with that. Okay, so
right.
pull him aside every so often and remind him that he's worthy and that he's loved, and just even if it's just a minute or two every day or every couple of days, 5 or 10 minutes of just really concentrated affection and attention.
Okay.
He's like, I know I've got my place here, but I'm I'm letting everybody do their thing, and I know I'm okay, but sometimes I'm just kind of laying here, and everybody else is jumping around getting all the attention, but I'm okay. I mean, so but but if he had that extra attention of
Hmm.
you're the man and you're so special, and I love and remind him that he's loved for his quietness and lack of hyper compared to the others, and
Okay.
because he is the big guy and he kind of hangs back,
Yeah.
which is nice, but remind him that that's a good thing, and how much you appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And my sister says, I'm just taking it in. I think that's what everybody's doing. Yeah, you kind of, if anybody went along with that meditation, it does kind of take you out there and you just start observing, and which is a good thing. My sister says, this is new to me. Whoops. I'm gonna drop something. So glad Anita is feeling this. Kathy Amber says, when I heard a sign, small and package, I pictured a feather. Would the package be a book or a video or CD?
It may have those things in it. I don't know. I joined Melaleuca and I am getting ready to order my first order.
Ah, cool.
I'm
So
a cleaning business and I want to use those products to clean and I want to put that on my business card.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's non-toxic and there's no bleach in anything. And I love my customers and all that, but I'm more worried about me than them because when you're breathing in the smells, you have to think about how that affects your body. So it's really kind of thinking, this is going to benefit me more than anyone else.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing is to remind yourself that okay, and there's a fine line here, but you don't jump off a cliff and go, "Well, God will save me," right? You don't do that. Just like you wouldn't, pour bleach all over yourself and go, "Well, I'm impenetrable." You wouldn't want to do that. But you can ask for, and if you want, I'll download this, that recognize that you know how to use the products in your business or in your household. And anybody who wants this, as you're hearing this, even in the audience, if you want this, say the word yes, okay? But
Yes.
wait till I'm done. That you know how to use general household products, cleaning products in a way that is safe for you and in a way that is safe for your family and free of being subjected to the toxins, and that your body knows how to process and repel the toxins so that you stay safe, and that you feel comfortable and safe while respecting these chemicals for what they have. You also know that you're safe around them, and that when used safely, um, that you already know how to handle them, and that you are not in danger. Would you, if you would like that, just say yes, and I'll ask
Yes.
Creator to download. Okay, and I'm hearing some other people in the audience say yes too, so that's a good thing. Yeah, there's at least 3 or 4 of you I know that wanted that. Cool. And so those are things that I deal with every day. I'll remind myself, like I'll see when fear starts creeping in my life. I go, hey, Creator, I need a teaching on this because I know how to handle this free of being subjected to the dangers. And Deborah said, is this doggo's energy, you're talking about your dog, coming in on Anita's session, or is this part of Anita's energy? Good question. I think what happened was I kind of asked, what else do I need to let, and I didn't say it out loud, but I was asking Creator while I was talking about some other, what else do I need to let Anita know about? Because the dog, I kept sensing the dogs. And I think they're there and I'm sensing their energy, but I'm like, is there anything I need to let her know about anything? And that particular dog, it was like Creator said, here, tell her about this. And then I tapped into the dog's energy. So it was sort of a group effort. I hope that makes sense. I asked and I was showing the dogs and I started asking and then the dog came in. So yeah. And that happens. And sometimes it happens so quick. I have to go back and review to figure out how did that happen? Where did that come from? And I think we're right at a little after 10:30. So Anita, if you're in a good spot,
Yeah.
I'm going to okay. So what I want to do to make sure that you're grounded is I want you to imagine coming from that you're in that ball of light again, and that you're coming back from the seventh plane, and that you're going back through the pink jelly like substance, through the golden light, through the layers of uh, light, because what you're doing is you're going through multiple universes and planes, and then you come back into our universe, back to our planet, back to your home. The ball of light is coming back into your body. I want you to go back, bring the ball of light into your body, and I want you to imagine Mother Earth's energy coming up to meet it, and it all settles right into your heart space. And so that you're grounded.
Okay.
We don't want to have you flighty and floating around. How does that feel?
Good. Good.
Good. Okay. Well, Anita, I appreciate you being my guinea pig this evening.
Thank you.
And
I enjoyed it. It was interesting.
yeah, it's a different modality. It's not like the hands-on energy stuff. But it's not total psychic stuff either. There's a working through and getting information and seeing where the baseline is for things that are causing issues, whether it's mental or physical, um, psychological, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff. And I've had people contact me because they were possessed or thought they were. And I mean, I've seen all kinds of critters and stuff around people, and we get rid of them, or sometimes we don't because they're not ready to get rid of them. When you've got an entity that's on your shoulder that's giving you self-confidence, it's hard to get somebody to let that go and help them understand that. Because while I'm trying to say, can we download you with information that tells you that you are worthy and you're a self-confident individual and that you know how to handle yourself and that situations don't have to surprise you or whatever, and that person is going, oh yeah, and at the same time this thing's in their ear going, nah, you don't need that, you need me. And it's like it's like the battle begins. So it's like, you got to let this thing go. But I've dealt with that. I've dealt with animals. I've dealt with people, and it's just interesting. I never know what I'm going to get when I do a reading, so I appreciate it. Yours um, um, was interesting, but you had a lot of commonalities of things with other people, so you're not alone. So I hope that worked for you, and that you can go forward and keep me posted. You know.
Okay.
Let me know how it goes for you and what happens when that package comes in and how that makes you feel. It'd be interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go for now, and then I'm gonna wrap up the show here with everybody. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. So with that, my brain is out in space right now, so I can't remember what we settled on for next week, but we'll be getting the topic out. We'll post it on social media, and you'll see the video on YouTube. The announcement video, and the on YouTube and on Facebook. If you've got questions or you want more information on theta healing, you can go to my website, iriscarter.com. And IRISCARTER.com. I was going to, yeah, there's my name. That's just put the words all together.com. Easy to find me. And you can email me. My email address is there and all that stuff. And I'm happy to answer questions. And I believe Marco's coming back next week. I can't Like I said, I've got to look at my list. I can't remember. My brain is like, I do a session and it takes me a minute to kind of come back to beta. But I appreciate everybody that joined us. It was good to see y'all, and I hope you will come back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And namaste, everybody. It's been good to be here this evening. Take care. Thank you for joining the Eyes of Indigo with Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Music is Arcadia by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons. Visit our Facebook page for broadcast details, www.facebook.com/Eyes of Indigo. Show is copyrighted 2021 by Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears, all rights reserved.